You want to see some cool shit? We got some new stuff coming to Mechanics GG, and we've got some of the people that suggested this right in chat. So let's go ahead and flip over, and we will do our... Yeah, thank you for the follow, Mechanics GG and Rack. I literally just got that noto. So let's flip over to full display capture, this one. Doop. And so... every week, in case you didn't know, we do these weekly developer chats for Mechanics GG, unless it's like one of those things where we're coming off of launch. Like a couple of weeks ago when we launched Star Tag, we didn't do a developer journal. I normally do these on Thursday, but I'm doing it on Friday today because yesterday I was a little bit busy. But once a week, assuming there's no like launch event or something crazy. Dang, I can't do the ninja mode. Do it in ninja mode, LOL. What, ninja mode? I'm trying to... what's ninja mode? I'm not sure. Anyway, but so we do this every week, and basically it's my opportunity to tell you guys about all the cool stuff that I've been working on with Mechanics GG, and allow you guys sort of a forum where you can come in, be silent and following. Okay, yeah. So no worries. You're actually my 40th follower, so big number 40. Very, very nice. But with that in mind, every week, it's just in the name of like transparency and making sure that you guys have an open forum to talk to me about the things that you want on Mechanics GG. And it's also kind of a moment of pride because we get to like see how the platform evolves, and these videos, which will be posted on YouTube, by the way, say hi YouTube, then they will allow you to see how Mechanics has developed from when we first started doing the videos to whenever you are watching the newest one. So with that in mind, that's kind of the vibe behind Mechanics GG dev journals. We do these every week, like I said, so usually on Thursday, but today we're doing it on Friday. And then they go up on YouTube the following day, so if you miss it, don't worry. So with that in mind, let's talk about some new stuff. First things first, we have a new Mechanics GG content partner, and I forgot to add her to the list here. But looky there! There's Chill Shoddy right there. The background isn't correct. That's a bug. I need to fix that. But in case you didn't know, if you're ever wondering who the Mechanics GG content partners are, we have a page for it here on the banner. So you can just hit Meet the Partners, and then you can see all the different Mechanics GG content partners, as well as their socials and links to their different various profiles and aspects. That's me! Yep, that's you. I'm silly, wacky, high energy streamer that cackles literally a lot. All good vibes. Yep, there you go. And then you can check out their profile, to the cause page, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's the first change, I would say. So naturally, every Mechanics GG content partner gets enshrined into the Hall of Fame here. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was a suggestion from our good friend Potato in the Chill Shoddy community. Now for this, I think I have to jump over to our debug server. So Potato mentioned that it would be really cool if I remember to turn on my debug server and have the stuff actually work. So just IT things, there we go. But Potato was saying like, hey, you know, Shoddy is very generous with giving out Stardust, and sometimes I get lost in the the damn Chill Shoddy community. Yeah, you guys are just a bunch of amazing people that come up with great ideas that allow me to expand on the platform. So definitely keep them coming. But Potato was like, hey, Shoddy's really generous with giving out her Stardust, so I get a lot of notifications about like free Stardust and stuff like that. But it's kind of hard to keep track of what I've accepted, what I've declined, and what I still have to do. So wouldn't it be cool? And that's one of the things that I want to introduce you guys. One of my ethos when it comes to mechanics is what I call a perfect world statement. So in a perfect world, ... That's what I would say. So Potato said, in a perfect world, it would be really cool if the feed had a feature to let you know, yo, what's up, everybody? Fubby! SD by 20 is in the chat for Fubby. There he is. Yep. Is my, oh yeah, I turned down my desktop audio so I can't hear mechanics alerts, but I assume they're still playing. I saw, dude. Oh, Shoddy. Sorry, we're going to derail this for a second. I came up with the best dad joke yesterday, and I thought of you. So somebody said, I saw, dude. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a woodworker. I like building stuff with wood from time to time. And so every once in a while, I take my logs down to the guy or my buddy who owns a sawmill, and he trims them down for me. I call him my saw, dude. So, yeah, so, yeah, a saw, dude. Somebody who owns a lumber mill is he's a saw dude. This is fine. This is fine. The world is slowly burning around here, but yeah. But anyway, getting back to this, Potato, great suggestion. So now on your feed, you'll actually be able to see which mechanic or Stardust requests that you have accepted, which you have declined, and which are still active. So if it's still active, it'll have the perfect view Stardust gift request. If you accepted it, it will tell you in green the day that you accepted it and that you accepted it. And then if you decline it, it'll just be in red and it'll show you there. So see, I think a little bit of my soul just left my body. Same. Yeah. So a good dad joke should like leave you with a chuckle and then a feeling of just existential dread. So there's that. Nice job. That looks awesome. Thanks so much, Anorak. I appreciate that. And thank you guys again. I can't reiterate enough. Thank you guys so much. It's one thing for me. One thing I always like to tell people as a software engineer is that I'm only going to get about 70% to where I think that you guys need from the platform. So when I'm developing Mechanics GG or when I'm working on Mechanics GG, even though I stream, I'm not like a professional streamer yet anyway. And certainly the needs of a professional streamer in their communities are kind of foreign to me because that's not my bit. So as a software engineer, it behooves me to talk to you guys about what it is that you all need and what features you want to see so that I can get that last 30%. I'm never going to get to 100% like the platform that Mechanics should be without that 30% that you guys give me. So to have a community that is so keen on giving out feedback and like suggesting things, and I can't promise that I'm going to implement everything. The worst thing I'm going to tell you is like, you know, I don't think that's feasible, but we can maybe do this. But just to have a community that is so like, you guys have really taken, I got to give a shout out to Chill Shotty's community, and there are other communities within the Mechanics GG content partners. Ultipage's community has been really great about this too. Dark's community has been really great, but for you guys, especially in Shotty's community, like you guys have just been so welcoming. You adopted this platform, this kind of new thing that came out of the blue. It's still very much a beta platform, and so you guys are trusting us with like your hard-earned dollars when you do donations and stuff like that. And you're Shotty, you've been trusting us with your community and your stream experience, and so I can't thank you guys enough for being just so welcoming. It's been so refreshing, and the feedback that you guys have been giving, it means a lot. Let me just say that. So I love them. Yep, they are great. So thank you all for your trust, and I hope that I am like making sure that I get right, like I do right by that trust that you guys are giving us. So with that in mind, nothing but love. Yeah, it's all love at the end of the day. We love to see it. All right, you're killing it. Back at you, girly. Love you to death, girl. So glad you're a content partner. So that means a lot to hear you guys say that. Okay. So now let's talk about something else that's new. So Anorak, I love that emote. That is pretty fantastic. Anorak, you mentioned something really pertinent and a couple weeks ago. And admittedly, I thought that it was going to be a little bit more difficult than it was to implement something like this, because whenever it comes to stuff with money, I'm like extra diligent about making sure that everything works and everything is like cohesive, because one, you don't want to drop a sale, you don't want to drop like a donation and not have like a community member be able to contribute the way that they want to, or have a creator lose out on some dollary dues. And secondly, I mean, there's a huge amount of trust and transparency that's required to have people use your platform and put their information into it when it comes to financials and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you're extra transparent, and you want to make sure that you're extra diligent with all that sort of stuff. So with that in mind, when you came to me with the idea of like, hey, what if we could have currencies, like what if we had like donations in Canadian dollars and stuff like that, my mind immediately jumped to like, oh, that touches like donations, that touches like financials, that touches subscriptions. Like it may be a little bit tricky. There's a lot of due diligence that we'll have to do, but thankfully, I got to give a big shout out to Stripe. So if you guys don't know who Stripe is a payment processing platform. So for those of you that maybe aren't in the world of IT, a payment processing platform is simply a platform that allows you to take payments securely and safely through whatever means. So when you want to like make a transaction online, whenever you want to like make a credit card transaction or something like that, a payment processor allows you to do that with their code and stuff like that. And Stripe, I got to give them a big shout out. They have been phenomenal. Truly like one of the companies that I want to model Mechanics after. Like whenever I reach out to them and I need something, like I usually get a response within at least 24 hours. And like, it's a competent response too. It's not like, hey, I'm passing this up to an engineer. I'll get like a response from an engineer. Actually, I have been passed to an engineer before a couple times, and that's not a huge deal because the engineers usually know what they're talking about, and usually I ask really obscure questions because mechanics is kind of an obscure use case. But yeah, whenever it comes to like buildings or questions, like I always get a response. Everybody's super duper cordial. They're really, really quick. Their development or their APIs are bar none some of the best that I've ever used. Very easy to implement, and it's because that Stripe is so good at what they do that we are able to do what I'm about to show you. So again, big shout outs to Stripe for making this super duper simple, but I want to show you guys something cool here. So on Anorak's recommendation, I'm happy to announce today that Mechanics GG now supports custom currency settings for individuals that live outside of the United States. So what that means in practice is that if you live since Mechanics GG is a there you go, pogs indeed. I like with the stream delay, like I do my big announcement, like whenever you hear an A's for Drew announcement, it's always going to be I'm happy to announce that today ... And so it's like with stream delay, I feel like you just heard that. But anyway, Mechanics being a Texas company, we're based out of Texas here in the United States. We primarily for the longest time have been doing all of our transactions in US dollars, which is fine. But Anorak made it known to me that when it comes to like foreign transaction fees and something like that, stuff like that, some banks prefer to have your transactions happen in the native currency of the bank and where it is located. So for example, Anorak has a Canadian bank, and so whenever he does a US dollar transaction, he gets hit with a foreign transaction fee. It's not too much, but it's also not negligible. It's definitely noticeable. So with that in mind, Stripe allows us to basically process payments in whatever currency we tell them. So what that enables us here at Mechanics to do is have you tell us what currency you want to use. So it's as simple as coming into your account settings under currency settings. We currently have support for US dollars, Canadian dollars, Great British pounds, and euros, with more currencies being added later as the need arises. But with that, it's as simple as switching over to Canadian dollar, updating currency settings, and now all of your transactions, or I shouldn't say all of your transactions because we're still implementing for subscriptions and stuff like that, but for donations, I'll show you. When you come into donations, now all of the figures and all of the donation amounts are now in Canadian dollars. So I can donate the most niche currency ever. Let's go. Yeah, dealing with currencies on a website is tricky. I'm really happy you could find something that... Yeah, absolutely. And again, I got to give it all to Stripe. They're the ones who made this happen. But yeah, as you can see, you can drop in now all the amounts are in Canadian dollars. And as it says, it's showing the amounts are in Canadian dollars. And then the checkout flow is the exact same. With one caveat, you'll notice... Fish. What's up, Chili? Let's get some fish in the chat. That's my chess coach right there. Shout out to ! Coach. Let's get that him going. So yeah, get those O's going. Chili, we're going over some new stuff on mechanics, but we'll be getting into some chess here in a little bit. But here's an asterisk. So literally an asterisk right here. So I do have to be transparent with you guys because you know I'm always going to be as transparent as possible with you as I can be. Currency is really tricky. The reason for that is because of exchange rates. So every single day, possibly every single hour, and sometimes every single minute, foreign exchange currencies or currencies are like the exchange rates between currencies change. So today the dollar may be worth $1 may be worth 70 cents, or sorry, $1 Canadian dollar may be worth 70 US dollar or 70 cents. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. But then tomorrow it's like $1 Canadian dollar is worth 75 US cents. And then the day after that it'll be like 68 cents. So with that in mind, we kind of have a moving target when it comes to estimating payouts to our creators. So what I'd like to illustrate here, and what I want to point your guys' direction to, is there is a small asterisk when you work in foreign transactions. Stripe allows us to do conversions based on the daily conversion rate. So Stripe handles all the conversion on the back end for us, which is really, really great. But sadly, Stripe doesn't have a way to report to us the amount that is, well, they may, but it kind of gets tricky. It's much easier for us to do it this way. So whenever you do a transaction in a foreign currency, there's going to be an exchange rate, and there may be a small discrepancy of a couple cents between this number that we report and the actual amount that's going to the creator. So for an example, with Canadian dollars, it's like today, or it breaks down 13% is the processing fee on Mechanics GG. So you're donating 10 Canadian dollars and the person is supposed to receive $8.70 based on the calculation and stuff like that. But let's say the exchange rate is like, okay, $1 Canadian is worth like 70 cents or something like that. This number may come out to be just a little bit less than $8.70. It's something like $8.54. So that's why we put this little asterisk here, and just letting you know that whenever we're dealing with foreign transactions or foreign currencies and exchanges, there's going to be a little bit of variance. So this amount, the amount that's going to the creator, may vary just a little bit, and that's just due to the fact of exchange rates and stuff like that. But I wanted to make sure that we made it absolutely clear to you guys, because you guys deserve the transparency here, that that is the case, and that is why this number will vary. And so we want to let you know on the front end that currency and exchange rates, there may be a little bit of variance. So this number may be a little bit different. Won't be different, however, is the amount that you're charged. So if you want to get charged 10 Canadian dollars, you're going to get 10 Canadian dollars charged to you. Don't worry about that. That number isn't going to change. It's just the amount that gets paid out. That's the estimate. So, yep. So, makes sense. Alrighty, Anrak, I appreciate you understanding that. And I feel like if Anrak understands it, then most of the community understands it. But I was talking to the content partners yesterday about it, and it's like, hey, how would you like to have this presented to you, and are you okay with this? And everybody's like, yeah, we're chill with it. So big hype there. But yeah, and then so the checkout is all the exact same, but then it gets even better than that, because naturally donations touch a lot of other parts of Mechanics GG as well. So when it comes to alerts through Streamlabs OBS, through SoundOff, which is our overlay that we do all of our alerts for, you'll notice, let me see if it'll play here. It doesn't look like it, but the alerts will actually I can do it this way. Hold on, let me pull up my endpoint. This is the debug endpoint, so it shouldn't have any issues. You'll notice once it actually updates to now show the native currency that you contribute in. So it'll show you 25 pounds if you do pounds, or 25 Canadian dollars if you do Canadian dollars. So not only do you get to do your donations in your native currency, but now the alerts will update, so people will know if you're using like Canadian rupees or Great British like pound of flowers or whatever they're called. So I'm coming up with all these goofy names for currencies. And then the GG chatbot will show it as well. So the GG chatbot and the alerts will now show the native currency that you donate in as well. So providing one huge cohesive experience, so you're not having to worry about, wait, I donated 25 Great British pounds, but it showed $25 on the alert, like what's going on there? So yeah, absolutely. So making sure that it all works cohesively. And yeah, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. I like this new feature. Yeah, absolutely. So it was a suggestion by our good friend Anrak here in chat, so gotta give him props where props are due. And so yeah, the platform is just, I love that I get to show this to you guys, and hopefully you feel like I'm implementing these in a timely fashion. But yeah, this is just another example of like community feedback and how you guys are shaping the platform. So thank you guys for all the feedback and all the comments. I do take all of them seriously and consider how they work in the ecosystem of Mechanics GG. And yeah, there's still plenty more work for me to do too. Like Chillshotty's community has been suggesting so many awesome things, and I've been just trying to get all of them sorted. So you're welcome. Just trying to help and get where you want to be. Absolutely. So got to give you love for that. But yeah, there's still more work to do, so I will be working on it over the coming week, and be sure to check in next week for our next developer journal, where we'll probably have some more stuff implemented, as well as maybe some announcements like camera not flicking off every 30 minutes. But yeah, so now you guys know about Mechanics GG development journals. If you're watching this on YouTube, come check us out. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I stream around 3 o'clock Central Standard Time over here on twitch.tv/ASForDrew. You can also check us out at the GG Discord link. So I'm going to plug the GG Discord, !GG Discord in the chat. We would love to have you. We got spicy memes, and that's a great place to keep track of all stuff Mechanics GG. So it'll show up in a second. I think the bot's being a little bit of a dingus. Let me see. Don Shuley, SGI. Yeah. There's been a lot of those coming around lately. But thanks for the follow, dude. I don't mind the extra number, but you're not going to be dropping that sort of stuff in my chat. Yeet. But yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Let me see if the bot is still playing nice here. That's good. GG Discord. Are you going to work for me, bot? GG Discord. That's right. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's the link for the GG Discord if you want to join. We'd love to have you. We got spicy memes, and that's the best place to keep track of all things mechanics, as well as within like the various channels for the different content partners for Mechanics GG. All of our content partners have like Mechanics GG channels. I'm usually checking those pretty regularly. So yeah. But yeah, that'll wrap up today's development journal. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will check you guys in the next one. Say bye, chat. Bye. Until then, take care of yourself. Always remember, you are wanted, you are loved, and you are appreciated. You have a special talent that nobody else has, and the world is waiting on you to bring it out. So muster a little courage, go out into the world, and change it. That's what the world's waiting on. You. Bye. Yeah.